In February of 2021, an event that had an impact on me was going to sleepaway camp at Camp Kenya for 3 weeks in July of 2021, during the peak of COVID. Prior to attending camp for the first time, I never experienced any interest in attending sleepaway camp. It was only after the Omicron variant threatened a possible second lockdown did my parents and I consider sleepaway camp as a serious option for me to consider. The biggest hurdle for me was thinking about how I was going to survive 3 weeks away from my home, family, and friends. My family is my rock and my home where I am most comfortable. As I began researching everything I could find about Camp Kenya, I realized that the maximum age for enrolling as a camper was 14. At the time, I was 12 and worried. If I did not attend sleepaway camp that summer, it was not likely I would ever go, so it was now or never. I let that thought sit in the back of my mind. I thought, me at camp? Well, something is not correlating. As I thought about camp more and more, I realized that camp may be a good option for me. It would not hurt to try, and maybe I could learn something new. With this mindset, I felt more empowered than ever to go to camp for 3 weeks. Little did I know, those 3 weeks would become the most unforgettable 3 weeks of my life. Specifically, what I learned at Camp Kenya was the importance of human connection and communication. I learned this by not having my precious iPhone and not being able to see my parents and brother for 3 weeks. Letter writing was my only form of communication I was allowed to use, and this was my first experience writing letters to my family. It was hard at the beginning because I was not used to expressing my day-to-day life with a letter. But what made it worth it was receiving letters from my family, which felt like a little taste of home. Being without my phone for 3 weeks also made face-to-face interactions at camp more difficult in the beginning than I could have ever imagined. It forced me to communicate and connect with people in other ways and challenge my social anxiety, all without a quick text or emoji to get my point across. Something as simple as making eye contact with someone was hard in the beginning. However, being around so many people with the absence of my phone allowed me to become closer and form connections with them. While I was at camp, I was opened up to a completely new set of experiences, and one specific experience was food. At Camp Kenya, we sat with our cabin mates and we were served a buffet. When I first approached the buffet, I had no idea what to choose because there was food I had never tried before. I sat at my table and looked at the plates around me. One of my friends was vegetarian, so she opted for tofu. Most of my table chose the main course, which was pesto pasta. I always thought pesto was a soupy cream sauce, but in reality, it was a delicious herbal seasoning. The lime green color threw me off, but I decided I would give it a shot. It was delicious. My friends also enjoyed it. We started talking about our favorite foods and restaurants, and I realized everyone had their preferences. Even though I was missing my family dinners, I felt like I had the same cozy feeling here at camp. The dinner table was a place for us to connect and share our different experiences. Food was not the only way we showed our preferences. Each of the girls brought a trunk with them to camp, and on the trunk, they would put stickers. These stickers would represent places they had been, hobbies they had enjoyed, and events they had participated in. These stickers made for great conversation starters because it was like a billboard of interest. So I knew exactly what to talk about. One of the girls from California had a water polo sticker, which I thought was such a unique sport. She explained to me that it's really popular on the West Coast, just like lacrosse and basketball are popular here on the East Coast. From this experience, I was able to step out of my comfort zone by making new friends, as well as understanding that each state has its own culture. What is a hug? A hug is to squeeze someone tightly in one's arms, typically to express their affection towards that person. At camp, hugs were like their own language. We would hug to celebrate, to comfort each other, bond, and simply show acknowledgement of one another. When my team realized we had gotten to the finals for Team Comp, we were so excited even though we had lost the regular game. Whenever it was just us campers, we would have truth circles where you would vent and everyone would be there to listen or ask questions. There was only one rule. What happens in the circle stays in the circle. As a teenager in 2023, these truth circles could get really interesting, or really deep. Sometimes after these circles, some girls would be crying, and we would all be there to listen and comfort each other. We would build trust with each other, and be even closer as friends through these hugs, and just being there through a sister-like bond. After giving numerous hugs, my friends called these motherly hugs, where I would go up to them and hug them. Even though it was a random occurrence, it would mean a lot to them, or just simply a reminder of our friendship. As we begin 2023, we should all think about Buckley's motto, open the eyes, and awaken the mind. Stepping out of our comfort zone is to create new beginnings and experiences. These experiences could eventually turn into communities that will support you throughout your life. A home can be multiple places. Your family will always be there for you, even if they are not physically present. But it is important to push yourself outside your comfort zone and find new families, just like the one here at Buckley. Looking around this room, I see a group of people from different families, different walks of life, different races and religions, but we can all relate on our shared Buckley experience. Finding these common paths can give you the comfort you need to try new paths in life. Whether it is as small as a new food or as big as leaving your family for 3 weeks over the summer to go live in a different state. Home is where the heart is, so look for the places that make you feel like you're at home. Thank you.